Hey! Alright, now that I've explained multi-quantity sales, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my sales numbers, because these are going to go down a lot. I don't want to freak anybody out. I don't want you guys to think that I'm like going bankrupt or anything, or that none of this is working. But because I'm now focusing on these multi-quantity sales, I've actually eliminated all of my expensive items. So a lot of these good days, or at least days that look good, like some of these days are almost $2,000, right? A lot of these happened because there were 2 or 3 sales of at least $500-$600. The thing is, these sales encountered a lot of problems, and it's really screwed up my cash flow. And honestly, I don't think they're even necessary. It's true that I have earned money from them, but I'd rather run a business that doesn't have these intense, extreme fluctuations, where there was one day where my account went negative $400 because of cash flow reasons and a case and some other things that got opened up, and then the next day it had $1,000 in it. I need to kind of eliminate these huge spikes in my cash flow. And the way that I'm doing that is by focusing on these multi-quantity sales, because PayPal never puts holds on my small individual item sales. PayPal puts holds on the times that I receive like $200, $300, $400, $600, $800 payments. PayPal puts those on hold. Okay? So I guess that should be the focus of this video. This video is going to talk about PayPal holds and all the different ways that they can place holds on your money. Okay? So if we log in real quick, I'm going to show you guys what's called a rolling reserve. All right? Now there's 3 different ways that PayPal can place holds on your account. The typical way is kind of the backbone of the other 2, and that's that they place the money on hold for 21 days. If you upload tracking, you can get the money sooner. But the money will be in your account, but it will be in this withheld category. Okay? And the reason that it's here is because PayPal wants to make sure that, they cover issues and that kind of thing. And when you first start on eBay, or when you first make a PayPal account, you're going to be in something that's called or referred to as PayPal jail. So now most of my payments, aside from the big ones like I mentioned earlier, most of my payments I receive instantly. So somebody pays me for an item, I get the money, and then I just send that item out to them, right, with the money that I was given, and I pocket the difference. But that doesn't happen when you start. When you first start, you're in this thing called PayPal jail for about 90 days. When you're in PayPal jail, every payment that you receive will be placed in your withheld account. This money will not be available for 21 days until after you've received it. And this is to make sure that the money is there if the buyer needs to be refunded. This is PayPal covering their asses before you've established a reputation of providing good customer service and all of that kind of stuff. Okay? So PayPal jail, that's a thing. You'll have to deal with it. Once you get out of it, after 90 days usually, you've established that kind of thing, then you get your money instantly, except if they put it on hold because it's a big payment, which is something that I still have happen and is why I'm reformatting my business. So now we've talked about PayPal jail. That's the thing that you're going to encounter in the beginning, and it's something you won't have to deal with much in the future. However, keep in mind that PayPal will always put some of your payments on hold, especially when you're a dropshipper. It's very kind of sketchy to traditional business when the billing address of orders is different than the receiving address every single time. That's kind of odd. So there's a couple other ways that PayPal will place limitations on your account. The way that I currently have is called a rolling reserve. You can see that here. We have applied a reserve to your account. A certain percentage of each day's transactions or a minimum amount will need to remain in your account. Okay? So what this means is that 5% of every payment that I receive is placed on hold. As that money goes up, it's there as as kind of some insurance for PayPal. It's not that they're taking the 5%. It just means that I can't access 5% of every sale for 90 days. And the reason that I have this kind of reserve on my account is, one, because I'm a dropshipper that's kind of had a bunch of sales and established myself. And the other reason is because my credit is shit. So you can see here I have this max balance here and yada yada. I don't have very good credit. And PayPal doesn't directly report to your credit, but it does look at your credit to determine if you're eligible for certain things, okay? So I have a rolling reserve. Again, PayPal takes 5% of my sales that I receive and keeps it for 90 days to make sure that it's not needed for something. And then after 90 days, it's given back to me. So they just put it on hold, and it's only 5%. Honestly, I'm not really concerned about that. That's not a big deal. Rolling reserves can be up to 30%. That is a lot. If it was 30%, that would be an issue. 30% of all of my money was on hold for 90 days. It's hard for the first 90 days. Once you start receiving payments, then it's not as big of a deal, obviously, because your incoming money is put on hold for 90 days, but you've been doing this for 90 days, so you're also getting money become available from the previous 90-day period. So it's always the first part before you get the first release that's the hardest. But now I've talked to you guys about these three concepts. Well, two of the three concepts. I've talked to you guys about PayPal jail. I've talked to you guys about a rolling reserve on your PayPal account. So the final thing that PayPal can do, or at least that I've heard of PayPal doing, is called a, let's see, what is it called? They call it different things, but we're going to call it a payment threshold. Okay? So I can't show you my payment threshold anymore because I don't have one anymore. They kind of replaced it with oh, sorry, I just showed a bunch of people a Facebook photo. That's one of the people at Grind Camp, which is cool. Anyway, Facebook. I'm looking for a message from somebody about where is he? About this payment threshold, okay? So I can explain what it is. Oh my gosh! Here we go. Okay, Kim Allen is another bulk style dropshipper. He's based in the UK. He's actually doing better than I am as far as I know, so. Alright, but at some point he sent me a screenshot of his payment release schedule or threshold or whatever you want to call it. Here we go. So this is a screen that I used to have to look at a lot. This is what the payment release schedule looks like, or withholding limit, or whatever it is that they called it. Basically, this only happens once you're out of PayPal jail. So normally you get your money instantly at this point, right? PayPal can place a limitation on your account. So yeah, you do get your money instantly, but in this case, you only get the first £17,500 instantly. After this, your money is placed on hold as if you're in PayPal jail. So say that you only got $16,000 in incoming payments, or £16,000 in incoming payments for this month. You wouldn't have any money placed on hold. But the second that you pass this, then you will. Okay? So I just figured I'd share that with you guys. So now we've talked about these three concepts, these three things that PayPal does. We've talked about PayPal jail. We've talked about a rolling reserve. And we've talked about a withholding limit or a payment release schedule. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in future videos. Bye.